Good morning, my friends. It's Becky. Welcome back to my channel. On my channel, I am going through my good midlife crisis, where I am journeying through my 40s, working oh so hard to get my poop in a group. In order to do this, I have been working on my physical, my financial, and my mental health. And today is Friday, November the 1st. Don't know how that happened. And we're going to be doing a financial health check-in. We are going to be budgeting out the money that you see above my head, $1,307.40. And we're going to be doing that in the app that you see behind me, an app called You Need a Budget, or YNAB for short. If you're new, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. I hope that you find this useful. I hope that you find this educational or at least just entertaining. And you can just follow along and see how my life is going. If you are not new, welcome back. So excited you're here. I hope you had a fantastic week and have a wonderful weekend planned ahead of you. I hope that if you're new too. Okay. Without further ado, y'all, I'm going to jump right into this budget because it's just after 7:30. Yesterday was Halloween, so Nathan and I sat outside. He always projects a movie onto the garage, and then we sit out there and hand out candy. Our neighbors make soup and do stuff for the adults, and they also have candy. And so it's like a nice little, we have a nice little neighborhood, a nice little street here. And kids come, and it's just a fun night to sit outside. So we did that until pretty late, and then by the time we cleaned it up, I just went to bed last night. I did not get my budget closed out. So if you're new, the way I do my budgets is my budgets go from Friday, which is today, through the following Thursday. I cover all of my expenses for that week. I do my cash envelopes for the week, my bills, whatever is going to happen, whatever I need to cover between the Friday and the following Thursday. That's what you will see me budget in this budget. And then I normally close them out on Thursday evenings, pay off all my credit cards, make sure that what I'm rolling over up here matches what all of my bank accounts say and what I have planned on my budget by paycheck book by the budget mom, which this video will be coming out as well. I know I said I was going to film it on Wednesday. That didn't happen, but I am planning to film that tomorrow. I have no plans tomorrow morning. Tomorrow evening is my nephew's birthday party. I'm so excited. They're doing both together. Because Joe turned 2 yesterday, y'all. Anyway, normally that's my plan. That didn't happen last night, so I got up early this morning and I've been working on closing it out, reconciling everything, paying my cards. So this is accurate. What I say I have here is what I have available to budget. That's an important step if you're new to budgeting and you're trying to learn some ticks and tricks and tips. Because I know it's around the end of the year. It's the time people are starting to look into maybe starting a budget for next year or saving up some money for Christmas presents or whatever. So I know around this time of year is when people start really watching budgeting videos. If you are new, it is vital that the money that you say you have to budget is the money that you actually have to budget, because setting up a budget with money that you don't have or that you think you might maybe get isn't going to be accurate. You need to make sure. That's why I love YNAB, because you only budget the money that you have in your accounts. This money is money that I actually physically have. It is not money that I think I'm probably going to get this week. It is not any anticipated money. This is money that I have. If more money comes in, I will include it into my budget and I'll budget out next week. If I need to cover something, I will, but I shouldn't. So, that being said, if you're new, hi, I'm Becky. I talk a lot. I am going to always spend 5 minutes explaining to you why I don't have any time to talk. That's just the way my brain works. So let's go ahead. Honestly, let's go get started. I don't really have any updates for y'all, like in my personal life. Nothing happened this week. I just worked. Other than last night was a super fun night to just sit and watch the kids. And tomorrow I am planning to go up to my nephew's birthday party. Nephew's plural birthday party 1. So they're doing them both together. Jet's going to be 1 next month in like a couple of weeks. Well, this month because it's November now. And Joe is 2 now. So I'm so excited. Okay, let's get started. What I do, what I have to do is I budget out a set amount of money into my cash envelopes. These are my throughout the month. These are things that I refill once, twice, 4 times, depending on how often I get paid, a month. or how many weeks there are. So every week I give myself $50 for dining out. I still have $33.23 left from last week, which I will roll that into my American Express, I think. And then this week I'll just start with $50. I'm going to continue to try to eat at home as much as possible. I did eat out last night. We went to Chipotle for dinner and picked it up because we were setting up all the stuff outside, and so that I just grabbed Chipotle for Nathan and myself. I did pay for that. So it was only $6 Chipotle meals last night at Chipotle if you have the app. And so it was like $12 plus tax for the two of us to eat. So really, I just picked that up. Groceries, I give myself $125 every single week. Fun money, I give myself $10 a week. My goal, which I have been very bad at sticking to lately, so this is why I'm setting it as a goal, is to stick to this. Did I say 10? I upped it to 15 this week. I did, because I'm like, I'm not being realistic with what I've actually been spending. That's another thing with your budget. If you're setting up a budget, make sure it's a realistic budget. Don't do a wishful thinking budget, which is something that I have been battling with because in my head I think I should be able to spend $100 a week on groceries and that should be enough. It's not. I spend at least 125, so I upped it to 125. I think I should be able to stick to $10 a week for fun money. I haven't been. I've been going over, so I'm going to up it. Ecclesial expenses. This is my church donation. I put $60 in the bag and then $20 if we go out for a meal. This week, I actually don't really need to budget this week. This week I am going to High, which is my church camp, and I will put something in the donation, and I will grab some food to take because I do a potluck after the main meal, but it's not going to be the full thing. So I'm going to budget it, and then whatever is left, I'll roll back into my actual budget. The way I do it is if I don't go out for a meal afterwards, normally I will roll that $20 back into the budget. We did finally go out this last week. We hadn't been out in forever, but we did go out this last week. So that was awesome to just get to sit and talk to everybody. Coffee, I budget $25 a week. This is for my Dutch Brothers app. I do make my coffee at home most of the time. This is iced coffee. Um, but I do also go out and grab a coffee a couple of times a week. Gas, I only fill this on paycheck weeks. Gas and self-care get $25 every time I get paid. This is not a paycheck week. This money up here is a rollover from last week's paycheck. So, and then like $3 of cash back on one of my cards. So this is not going to get filled. Filled it last week. And I did get my hair cut. So I used my self-care money. So it was fun. Pet expenses, I do fill this every month, and I normally fill $150 a month, but I'm going to go ahead and put $200 in here because I have to take my cat to the vet in a couple of weeks. And I don't think it's going to cost me more than $50, so I'm going to put the extra $50 in here. This is to cover, so I have two dogs and I have a cat, and one of my dogs has health issues. He has both diabetes and he has bone cancer. So we have to buy him medications, we have to buy him special foods, and he has to go to the vet. So this is and insulin, like syringes and things like that. So it's a little higher than most people's probably would be if you had healthy pets, but it's what it is, and we have to take care of him. So I do have as I mentioned, Nathan is he's my he's one of my very best friends, and he owns the house that I live in, and I rent a room from him. So he and I share the cost of the dogs. So anyway, that's why this is so high, especially this month it's even higher than normal. Household, this is also something I feel at the beginning of every month. I put $100 a month in here to cover things like air filters and dishwasher soap and laundry detergent and body wash and things like that. Things you would buy at a grocery store that are not groceries, basically, and also not pet food. So I know that I have an auto shipment from Amazon coming up of my air purifier filters for the one in my bedroom. And then I also have my dishwasher filter coming, and I know that I need some sponges for dishes. So there are some expenses I know I'm going to have this month. YouTube expenses, I am going to fill this back up to $20. I just want to keep this at 20, and that I did, what did I buy? Oh, I bought some little notebooks and some pens last month, and some more stickers at Walmart. They had them on clearance. It's the same exact sticker pack I got last year, and I they had it on clearance for like $3, so I grabbed that, and then I grabbed some little notebooks. Um, so that is what that was for. I only spent $5, so I'm just filling it back up. Stuff I forgot to budget for. This $8.20 again is going to go to my Amazon card. So that'll be 8.20 here and 33.23 from here. So let me just move 33.23. Let me do it in October. Let's go back to October. Okay, there we go. Like, why is it not working? I'm going to move 33.23 to American Express. And then, yep, and stuff I forgot to budget for, I'm going to move $8.20 to American Express. And that's not a whole lot of money, but every little bit pays. Every little bit helps to get that card paid off. Y'all, I have come to the annoying and disappointing realization that I am not going to get the balance paid off before the interest accrues. And it is what it is. It's not ideal, it's not optimal. I could open another zero interest card and transfer the balance. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to open any more cards. So I'm just going to bite the bullet and pay this card off as quickly as I can. And I know that I'm going to have to pay interest on it, but it's not that big of a deal. It came to me at a time where I really, really needed it, and so I'm thankful that I had it. But it's not what I wanted. I wanted to be able to pay it off, but I can't. And that's okay. That is just okay. I can pay it off. I just can't pay it off before the interest accrues. And so I'm very thankful that I had it when I needed it for my dog's medical expenses, for my medical expenses, for a couple of emergencies that popped up. If you've been around, you will have seen this had to get charged, that had to get charged. And to be honest, I did charge some of my birthday trip on there as well. So because at that point, that was before everything got chaotic, and I didn't know at that point that I was going to have all this other stuff come up. It is what it is. Again, not ideal, but I'm thankful that I had the card available to cover the expenses when they came up, and I was able to pay for them. So anyway, I'm going to refill stuff I forgot to budget for. I put $20 every month in here, and that way, if I go a little over on groceries or fun money or gas or something, I can just pull it from here and cover that. Where else am I? I need to fill my bills. My bills, I call them my once a month expenses because I only pay them once a month. So I pay my mom's car insurance. This is $116. Where? $116.92. Again, my budgets go from Friday to Thursday. So today is Friday the 1st. I'm going to cover all of my expenses through next Thursday, the 7th of November. So my bills, Aflac is due. Y'all, I had a whole conversation. So it's open enrollment time at my company, and 37.57 is what I pay for that. And I had a whole conversation with my team yesterday about Aflac because somebody asked if I think that it's beneficial. My company does offer some plans. I do have some plans for my company, but this one is my cancer policy, which my company doesn't offer, so I continue to pay it because I do actually think that this is a good benefit to have, especially for myself as a former smoker. I smoked for 11 years. I have not smoked in 11 years, but I did smoke for 11 years, so it's crazy for me to think that it was 22 years ago that I started smoking. But anyway, I'm that old. But as a former smoker, as somebody who lives in this world, as somebody who's been obese my whole life, like I feel like a cancer policy is a good insurance, like it's a good buffer to have because a cancer diagnosis is almost a guarantee of bankruptcy for the middle class in this country. Like I just know that if something were to happen, I wouldn't be able to cover it. It also covers my niece because my niece was living with me. My sister passed away, and my niece came to live with me at the time I opened this policy, and it will cover my dependents until they are 26 for free. Like I don't pay anything extra because she was covered. This is just what I would pay, and then they cover her as well. And this rate is my rate for the rest of my life as long as I keep this policy. So I had this whole conversation with my team yesterday about Aflac and how I do think it's beneficial. Obviously, you got to do what's right for you. You got to make sure you think it's going to work out for you, what your risks are. They have accident plans, they have hospital plans, they have long term, short term disability plans, they have all kinds of different plans. But at least the cancer policy, I think, is worth looking into, especially if you have kids or dependents. Okay, off that soapbox. That's the last bill I have to cover because my next one you see here, my insurance is due on the 11th. And so that's going to come out of next week's paycheck because I get a paycheck next week. It'll be my first one that's like just my new rate. So I can actually figure out what my rate is going to be going forward. I have a good idea. I think I know what it's going to be, but this will be like an actual, yes, this is what your check is. Okay, going down, these right here, my mom's utilities, I put $50 away every month to cover for my mom's propane tank. They come out and they fill it when it gets to below 20%, I believe. And it's getting a little cooler. You can see I'm wearing a sweater. I think the high today is, yeah, anybody in the Northeast is gonna laugh at me or in the North, but the high is only like 78 today, which is cool. And that's the high. Considering it's been in the like high 80s and 90s the last couple of weeks, like that's a big drop in temperature for us here. And it's not going to be that for most of the day. Plus I sit here with the air conditioner blowing on me, so I get cold. So anyway, it's getting cooler. They're going to probably have to come out and fill that soon. I want to make sure that I have enough money in here to cover it because it's only every couple of months, especially in the summer. They don't really come out at all. She doesn't use it. But it is a big expense when it hits. So I want to make sure I'm covered. It's kind of like a sinking fund, but it's a bill. So I leave it with my bills. Um, I put $150 into my gifts and giving category every month. This is to cover things like birthday presents or paying for somebody to go out for dinner. Things like that is what comes out of this category. I do have to pay for my nephew's birthday presents, so that will be out of this. The categories below it, I will move the money from this category down into those categories as I spend it. So if I spend money on a birthday present, I'll categorize it as a birthday gift, and then I will move the money from this generic gifts and giving down into the birthday category to cover it. That way I can track what I'm actually spending this money on. Holiday giving is something different. This is for Christmas presents specifically, and I buy them throughout the year. I refill this $85 every month, and I buy presents as I see them. I am almost done with my Christmas shopping. I have like 2 or 3 more things to buy. So this 85 and next month's 85 should cover me. I'll probably go a little bit over if I'm being honest, just because gift giving is my love language, but this should do me mostly. Um, Credit card payments, Best Buy. This is my Best Buy card, and I pay this minimum payment of $30 every month, and that will get my balance paid off before the interest accrues on that card. This is for the microwave. Nathan has already paid me back for that, but I use that money to cover expenses for my medical expenses, because I had a lot of medical expenses this like end of summer, fall time that I wasn't counting on. So when he paid me, I used that money to pay that card off because that card was not interest free and Best Buy is. So I'm paying $30 on the first of every month and that'll pay my card off before I have to pay any interest. At least that one I won't pay interest on. That's it for bills. And then we're going to go down and do sinking funds, which these are the fun ones. And Libby, I am incorporating your idea. So Libby had emailed me a couple of weeks ago, about a month ago now, and suggested that I start a sinking fund for my mom's birthday dinner because last year, my mom's birthday is at the end of February, and last year I was super excited and was able to take my entire family, which is my mom, and then my 4 nephews and my niece, and then any significant others that came along, which there was only one significant other that came, but if they come, I was able to pay for everyone to go out for a nice meal for my mom's birthday. We went to a really nice restaurant and I was able to just pay for it. And it was the first time I was ever able to do that in my life, just pay for people, like an entire group of people like that. And it, as I mentioned, gift giving is my love language. I love to show the people that I love them by buying them a meal or a little thing that I see that reminds me of them or something like that. That just is how I express my love for people. So that was a really joyful thing for me to be able to do. And Libby emailed me and suggested that maybe I start a sinking fund for that meal specifically, like separate from my normal monthly gift giving or my normal dining out. And I think that is a wonderful idea. It won't be in this budget because I'm still using the 2024 budget paycheck by paycheck book by the budget mom, and there are only so many sinking fund lines. But starting in January, when I use my new book, she has a lot of sinking fund lines on that one, so I should be able to fit everything on one. But you will see that going forward. So that's a plan. I'm not going to be able to save up enough money between now and my mom's birthday to pay for everybody, but with what I save plus my normal dining out, plus maybe I'll just cover a little extra that month, I should be able to cover my mom's birthday dinner, and I'm excited for that. So, sinking funds. Sinking funds, again, if you are new to budgeting, is where you save up just a little bit every single week or every single month so that when a bigger expense hits, you are prepared. It's like Hi. It's like what I was just talking about with my mom's propane. I save $50 every single month, so when this giant $600 bill comes, I don't have to scramble and try to figure out where I'm going to come up with $600 out of this week's paycheck. I've been saving $50 every single month, and now I have $600 sitting there waiting to pay that bill. And so for car maintenance, I have a brand new car. It's only a month and a half old, 2 months old. So I don't need a lot of money saved for car maintenance. It's mostly going to be like toll bills and oil. I actually even have 2 free oil changes, so I don't even need that. So mostly going to be toll bills and car washes. So I'm only putting $25 a month in here. New clothes, I am putting $25 a month in here. Vacation, I am putting $50 a month in here for now. Um, I am going to end up putting some extra money at the end of the month on my second paycheck on here because of the hotel for the November study weekend that we go to up in Goldthwaite. I am not going to be able to go this year, but I am still paying for my mom's hotel room because I told her I would. I always pay for her hotel room to go. Passport renewal, I put $1.77 in here every month, and that way when my passport is due, whenever it's due, I'll have some money set aside. I'm sure I set my target as what it cost me to get my passport, but passports, everything's going up with inflation and cost of living. I'm sure by the time I actually go to renew my passport, it will cost more than I have saved, but at least I will have the majority of that money saved for my passport. Mission Lane is a credit card. No judgment, I don't budget anything into that. Mission Lane is a credit card that has an annual fee. I have a couple of those. $3.24 is what I save every month. So my annual fee hits, I am prepared. Amazon Prime is Amazon Prime. Nathan and I are grandfathered into the old way of doing Amazon Prime where you're allowed to split it with household members. Now you can't. Everybody has to have their own. But you used to be able to do it. And or like friends or something. I don't remember. You could split it. It's been a long time. Nathan and I have lived together for like 11 years. In this house for 10, and we lived in another house for a year before he bought this one. So we're grandfathered into this. So what I am saving is for my half of the Amazon Prime bill, and I set aside a twelfth of a half of the Amazon Prime bill every month so that I can pay him for it when it renews. Walmart Plus, I was debating whether or not to keep this, but y'all, the gas savings are phenomenal. I was getting right now, if you have Walmart Plus, it's 20 cents off a gallon at Walmart. 20 cents off a gallon. And with gas prices being low, I'm paying like close to $3 a gallon for gas instead of close to $4 a gallon. So I may keep it. That's a really good deal. Here's another annual free fee, Capital One. It's whatever 325 times 12 is. That's my annual fee. $39. And Planet Fitness is my gym. They have a monthly fee that I pay monthly, and then they also have an annual fee that hits in August. So I set aside $3.52 so that when that annual fee hits, I will be prepared for it. Ice Ball is a Big Brother Big Sister fundraising event that I go to with my friends every year at the end of August, and I like to have some money set aside for donations. This may have also been Libby. I can't remember who recommended that I start this ice ball sinking fund, but this was a suggestion from one of y'all. So honestly, y'all, if you see anything that you think I should be doing or whatever, let me know. And I will see if I can incorporate it. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't, but I always appreciate your suggestions. Just because I don't incorporate it doesn't mean I don't think it's a good idea. It just means I don't think it's going to work for me right now. But I always appreciate whatever y'all tell me. That leaves me $70.63 to put toward my American Express card because everything is covered. I am going to budget that into I'm actually only going to budget $50 because that's more than I thought I should have. And I rolled over what I said. So I'm a little concerned that I may have missed something. Mom's utilities, gifts and giving, holiday giving. Did I put 150 into gifts and giving or did I only do 100? I think I did 150. I did. I did 150. This is more than I thought I should have. Only by like $30, but it's still like $30 and I'm afraid I missed something. I'm going to budget it, but I won't pay it until I've had a chance to double check everything. So we're going to go down to American Express. We're going to put $70.63 in there. That means I should be able, in theory, by the end of this week, to make an extra $112.06 payment to my American Express. That's my goal. I don't know if I can do it, but that's my goal. Okay, y'all, that's everything I have. I am going to go to work. It is 7:59, so I have to go log in. But it is Friday, so I hope that y'all have a great Friday, a wonderful weekend, and let me know what you're doing if you're doing anything fun. It's November now, so it's fall time. Anyway, all right, y'all. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up on your way out if you did enjoy it. If you didn't enjoy it, you can still give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. And if you did really, really enjoy it, why don't you subscribe? Come along. See how I'm going on this crazy roller coaster of a life I have. I love y'all, and I will talk to you later. Bye.